What the fuck did I just watch? Genuinely, I have that question. What the fuck did we just watch? That was fucking terrible. I don't believe I have ever seen such a atrocious, god awful, utter fucking failure at every level in professional basketball in my life, like we just did in the last 40 to 50 seconds of this final preseason game for the Portland Trailblazers in Utah against Utah's ass. Holy fuck. That was fucking abysmal. I I can't fathom what I just witnessed because it was it's driving me nuts because it this is like the Blazers fucking played in Chauncey Billups fucking coached, like this was fucking inexperienced fifth grade rec league basketball, or eighth grade basketball being played. Like it was just fucking terrible. I don't understand what I just witnessed and how I just witnessed it. Like, and I'm sure there's going to be some people that would make the excuse like, well, it's preseason. They're just tweaking things and figuring things out. And they had a lot of younger guys that are most experienced on the floor. Doesn't matter. One of these things was Chauncey Billups fucking called this fucking play. And I don't get it. So in the possession that went from about 50 seconds to, well, yeah, it would literally be about the 50-second mark to, what was it? 34.8, I believe it was, is the full possession we had. We did do one thing right in that, which was that we burned the shot clock down to about 4 seconds. Fine. That works fine. It wasn't like they were trying to fucking run plays and set picks and keep doing motion offense so they could always keep somebody guaranteed to be more open than anyone else and stay open and long enough to be able to get a shot off or a drive off. It was just basically let Shaedon Sharpe dribble the fucking ball until he forcefully pile drives his way towards the rim and then utterly and brutally misses it, which is very on brand for Portland Trailblazers basketball. But that's the only thing they did right, was burn that time off the clock. They didn't do it in the right way, I wouldn't say, but they still did it, which is good because they need to do that. But it was especially from that point on that it was just fucking terrible. Especially starting with Donovan Clingan and that fucking rebound he got, the defensive rebound he got, when Svi Mykailuk went and fucking bricked his open corner three. Donovan got the board, and instead of holding on to it and like his fucking life depends on it, like you should in that situation, while we're at that point, we're up by 2 points, and there's less than a shot clock left on the clock for the rest of the game. That's what he needs to do. That's what you should do. It should be instinctual to somebody like him, especially considering he's a fucking NCAA champion. You can't go through that level and not learn that that's an important thing to do in these kinds of situations. But for whatever reason, you could almost see a rushed panic in decision making to him. And as soon as he got it, he just whips it out to the open wing, hoping against hope that somebody like Shaedon Sharpe or somebody was going to be there. And I believe it was Shaedon Sharpe, but he was further to the left. He was closer to the corner. But guess who was right where he fucking sent the ball immediately in a redirection instead of a true full-bodied rebound? Svi Mykailuk. And then he hits it. So that was the first disaster class, because that's some of the most basic basketball that you'll learn at any level. You can go to a Skyhawks camp for fourth graders and you're gonna literally be taught that, at least back in my day. But seriously, actually, genuinely, at least then, I know they would have absolutely taught that. But maybe not now. They should, though, because it's such a basic skill and knowledge to have. It's understanding of, you need to take your deep breaths, you need to keep yourself calm and pace yourself and understand that the score right now and the clock is on your side. The last thing you want to do in the clutch is literally, like they did, throw it away. But Donovan chose to throw it away. And it was clearly rushed. You could even see it in his eyes. He was just like, and just his head movement and everything. He just wanted to get rid of it as soon as he made contact with it, let alone he got the full rebound. And he did start by doing this, and then he immediately goes and fucking double hands it out to a wide open Svi Mykailuk. It just doesn't make sense. He just saw someone open on the wing, knew Shea was supposed to be somewhere out there, hoped he was there, and failed miserably because then he put us down by 1. So that's the first major error that is so basic to teach against and that you should know, especially at that level. You have gone through every level of fucking school basketball, organized school basketball, varsity fucking high school, fucking high level NCAA Division I college, all the way through to a championship. You have a rookie year under your belt, and you somehow haven't learned what you're supposed to do in that situation. I don't buy it. What the fuck was that? That was so fucking inexcusably stupid that what happened there. Like, it was beyond a rookie mistake. It's super weird. And then on top of that, when Svi hits it, you take the timeout, and clearly out of the timeout, there's a play that's drawn up. That play Chauncey has is for a 3-pointer. Okay, fine. The problem is that they tipped it. So, okay, now we gotta fucking rebound it again. And and I noticed this immediately, by the way, is that at least the first time they were running the exact, and I mean the exact same staggered play, this time for Caleb Love, in place of Damian Lillard back in, I believe it was 2014-15, when in those playoffs, he sent the Portland Trailblazers to the second round for the first time in 14 years. Is literally the exact same fucking play, which felt bizarre because I'm like, this is literally a parallel. This is literally a mimic that I'm looking at. They're seriously trying to run this. And of course, you could tell that these guys just didn't either have the confidence or they just didn't really know how to run this play because nobody was really moving correctly and nobody was really positioning correctly. And so Caleb Love was just getting shut down immediately. Plus, Utah is already used to us running this relentlessly for Dame and CJ, but mainly Dame, because again, this is what you study. And like the Blazers under Terry Stotts was the most predictable coach of all fucking time. He never had any adaptability in his offensive playbook or game or plans. It was always the most predictable shit ever. And it was always a repetition of the exact same shit every fucking time. Basically stand and fucking watch. And it's terrible. This is why it doesn't fucking work. But aside that fact, that was the play they were trying to run. So they still wanted to get a 3. But that's an inbounds play from the sidelines that makes sense if you have like very little, if any, time left in the game to be able to win. You need a buzzer beater, basically. For whatever fucking reason, he's running that with like 20 seconds left to go in the game. It doesn't really work out either time, and then now everyone's scrambling like a chicken with their heads cut off because the play's broken. Okay, well, for some reason, that happens for about 3 to 4 seconds, and then for some stupid reason, they still go for a 3. You literally have the full fucking shot clock length, just about. I think it was like 20 seconds we had. So basically a full shot clock. You had, at the end of a game, only down 1, by the way, and you have all the time in the world to set screens and do everything you can to do motion offense to make people constantly move. So that way there's always going to be some opportunity that's relatively easy or open to be able to get a score. And you don't fucking need a 3. You're only down 1. You have all the time in the world in the clutch when it matters most. There's no time left. They're not fouling you because they're up by 1. And though it's became more common than it used to be, especially last season, so far this preseason, we haven't seen any teams enact this thing where they're trying to they're ahead, but they're trying to foul you because they don't want to give you the chance to be able to hit anything and tie it, force it to OT, or win it. So obviously, with them not doing that, they could have, they didn't, and it was clear from the start they weren't going to foul us because they didn't really have a reason to. What? Why are we forcing a 3? It doesn't make any sense. You do not teach to fucking shoot threes or desperately try to get a 3. And you teach in these moments, you have the clock. It's on your fucking side. You're only down 1. Be confident in your game. Be calm, breathe, and fucking get through it normally. Trust the process. You have plenty of time. Trust your teammates too to be in the right spots, to do the right thing, to set the screens when they need to, and at the right angles and everything else, and get their fucking open shot. But instead, we're trying to rush a 3 from the outset. And we did. We forced a fucking 3 for no fucking reason. And mind you, with, like, at the time of release, I think it was like 7.5 seconds left in the game. Why are we just, like, running with our chickens with their heads cut off? Like, nobody's fucking has a clue. And all we care about is we have to force a 3. We have to force a 3. We have to force a 3 from 20 seconds on through like 7.5 seconds. And then they do. But again, you're only down 1. You have 7.5 seconds left. Why are we forcing a 3? You have plenty of fucking time, even then with 7.5 left, to get a better fucking opportunity in a shot. All you need is a single fucking free throw to tie it and force an OT, or a couple to potentially win it. And you also, if not that, you can get just a normal fucking bucket, and congratulations, you fucking have the lead. You probably are gonna win the game now. But no. What the fuck did we just watch? I don't get it. This is the most fucking elementary school / middle school level rec league bullshit I've ever seen at a professional level. It's mind-boggling to me that we just had to witness this literal fucking meltdown by a NBA team. But of course, it's going to be the Blazers. If you know your Northwest sports teams, and you know your teams in general, you know it's always going to be the Portland Trailblazers that's going to fucking do this shit. It's not going to be anybody else but us. It's always fucking us. And it drives me fucking insane. This is why I both equally hate and love this team, because I love this team because it's my team. It's my local team. It's my hometown team. I'm happy to support the hometown team. You grew up with it. It's nice, right? But at the same time, it has some meaning to it, right? You have connection. But at the same, and you love the sport. Great. Okay, cool. But at the same fucking time, when you're so horribly mismanaged and ran as a franchise, and then on top of that, you're so horribly fucking coached, and your players are so predictable, it's going to fucking drive you ballistic when you're actually an intelligent basketball mind and you know what they should be doing, but for some reason, they're doing literally as opposite as they can of the right things, especially when it matters most, which is exactly what happened today, October 16th, in Utah, playing the ass. And we played like ass, too. We played Utah's ass, and we were the ones who played like asses. I swear to God. To be fair, we did play really hard the whole time. We were really competitive. This is the most competitive preseason game we've had all preseason. It was close the whole way. It was back and forth a bit. Not too much, but a bit. And I liked what I saw. This time, everyone was giving a lot of effort. Until the end, man. And then everyone was acting like with 40 seconds or more left that we needed to panic. And it's literally like somebody hit the giant red fucking panic button in a nuclear bunker and everyone thought they were going to fucking die. It's just like, why are we scrambling? What are we forcing shit for? What is happening? Why is the world ending? Like, my sanity is already tanked. What is this team, dude? I don't fucking get it. That was abysmal. That was an abysmal end to a game. We had so much ample opportunity to win that game and end it correctly. And we did as much as we could to sabotage that and go the complete opposite direction as possible. Why is this team the way that it fucking is? I don't fucking understand it, but it's always been this way. It just fucking kill me, dudes. I want to run my head through an industrial cheese grater, I swear. Just put me out of my misery, I swear. I really hope we can figure this out because this is fucking absurd. And I'll leave this off with one extra note because I need to be honest about this. We probably would have not been in as bad of a position as we were, in as close their core or competitive of a position as we were here to end the game in the last like 6 minutes of the fourth, if it wasn't for that, especially that third quarter and a little bit at the beginning of the fourth, but mainly that third quarter, in especially the latter half of it, and all the fucking horrifically incorrect and terrible and phantom fucking foul calls against us. Like, they just kept fucking, they were addicted to fucking hearing their own damn whistles. I swear to God, but only against us for some reason. I'd say 60% of every one of the calls they made in the third quarter against us was literally non-existent calls. They did not fucking happen, or they were clearly on the other side. They were on the Jazz, but they kept calling it on us. And like, when you get the whole fucking team going, oh my God, in unison, as soon as the whistle blows against them, you know you're fucking up. You know you are targeting this team. You know you are what my brother and me call ref balling. This is what we call ref ball for a reason, because it's no longer basketball, it's just ref ball, because it's all about the main character syndrome of the fucking NBA referees. It's so annoyingly common. It's so stupid, and like sometimes it's especially egregious. And for some reason, it always seems to happen when we're playing in Utah against the Jazz with this team. Doesn't matter if it's preseason, regular season, postseason, the refs have this obsession with fucking rigging it, aka ref balling. They can't stand the idea of us winning in Utah. It seems like it's the weirdest thing. Like I think it was season before last. It was season before last, I think, when Tumani and Shea had those fucking emphatic posterizing jams on Walker Kessler. And we was like late in the third quarter again, I think. Yeah, it was somewhere in the fourth. One or the other. And we were just rocketing up in momentum. I mean, everything was going our way. Like, it was just, everyone was clicking, everyone was motivated, everyone was energized, everyone was feeding off of each other, everyone was getting confident, everybody was playing out of their fucking gourds. And all of a sudden, 3 fucking calls in one, because there was like 2 other calls that they all of a sudden, like 3 minutes later, reviewed. And I'm like, oh, yep, actually, we're overturning the calls we had 3 minutes ago. Now that we used this call to review 2 prior calls, which literally is against the fucking rules and ethics of fucking referees in the league. And go figure, the NBA didn't fucking say shit. And we lost that fucking game. Actually, no, it was in the fourth. It was late in the fourth. And we lost that game exclusively because of those fucking calls. And it was the most blatantly obvious rig job you will ever fucking see in any sport, in all sport history in the world, I guarantee it. It was so infuriatingly blatant. And literally they didn't even have a coherent explanation when they were demanded an answer for. Where even the Utah Jazz's fucking their broadcasters were like, we don't even understand how this is possible, or what the fuck just happened, or why it's happening. And they were mad. They were literally mad on our behalf because of how fucking wrong this was. And of course they go and they win, because now they have the momentum, the rig job, and everyone here is just pissed and demoralized, because it's like, well, then what's the point of fucking giving a shit and playing if this is what you're gonna fucking pull? And so that happened. And I was like adamant. I'm like, this is what the fucking league, or the what do you call it? The contesting a game result. This is fucking what that's made for. Literally, that is the exact situation is what it's built for. That's what you fucking go to the league and you fucking petition and challenge the fucking game results, because that is a blatantly obvious rig job. That is so fucking wrong. And I will never let it go, because you should never let stuff like that go, because you need to hold it against them forever, because that is fucking bullshit. It is so fucking wrong. It ruins everything about the integrity of the fucking game. And yet at the same time, they didn't challenge that. But what they did is they did the next day, or the next game, they did it with the most fucking blatantly obviously correct set of calls, where we just simply played like shit and we fucking blew the fucking game. And that's what the fucking Blazers leadership decides to fucking take and petition to the league contest the results for? Fuck you, which goes into fucking all the more reason why I fucking hate how this franchise is ran, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. That really pissed me off, because I'm like, why would you not contest the results of the last game in Utah, but this one? Why this one? Literally none of this makes sense. What is fucking wrong with you, insulting pieces of shit? Anyway, the point is that that's one of the many cases where we can play in fucking Utah, and especially in the third and or fourth quarter, if we have momentum on our side, we are starting to run away with the fucking game like we did then. We apparently have to be bludgeoned with ref ball. It's fucking bullshit, and I fucking hate it. But thankfully this time, our guys almost seem to use his motivation to be like, oh, fuck you. Like, you're really gonna fucking pull this? Well, we're just gonna have to play even better and harder. And they clearly did. Like, you could see that fucking much more aggressive, hard, focused response that our guys had because of fucking what the refs were pulling. And therefore, the ref ball just wasn't fucking working. Plus, again, no matter how much ref ball, aka rigging, these refs do, sometimes the team that they're rigging in favor for still can't fucking use it to their advantage because they're still in a wicked cold streak, or they're still just fucking and fumbling, fucking around and finding out that all they can do is fumble and fuck up. And Utah wasn't that bad, but they were still struggling offensively. They were in a hell of a slump during that period, and during that point. And so they just stayed stuck at fucking 96 points because it's like, what they can't go anywhere with this, or it was 86, 86, 96. And they just couldn't make progress against us because it's like they no matter how much it rigged in their favor, how consecutively too, they couldn't capitalize on it. And I think it's also part of the reason why the ref ball kind of died out by the end of the third, and especially going into the first half of the fourth. They tried a couple of more times in the fourth, but more spread out, didn't work still. So they just gave up on it because it's like, okay, well, this is too competitive of a game, and this isn't gonna fucking do anything anymore. So I guess we'll fucking let it go. And this is exactly the thing. Actually, now that I think about it, a great point here is that what this proves is that all you have to do with the Blazers is you don't have to rig it. Even against a bad or a worse team, we will fucking blow the lead on our own. We will fucking do that. This is a joke, running joke with my fucking brother about this team, is that we will inevitably implode late in the fourth. We just do. It doesn't matter if we have a fucking 20-point lead going into the fourth. We're going to blow it, and we're going to lose by at least 4 points, if not more, usually. Like we did tonight. We did that tonight. We fucking blew a tire because we had a Myers Lost Puppy Leonard type of meltdown of like, oh my god, and for no reason. It was, everything was on our side, and we fucking just handed it over to the Jazz because that's what the Blazers do. Like, literally, you don't, if you're the NBA officials, you don't have to fucking rig it out of our favor. We're gonna blow it anyway. It's almost inevitable. That's just how this team works. I hate that it's a tradition. I hate that it's consistent like that, but it is. I digress. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. I don't give a fuck. I am gonna go poison myself to death with helium, if you'll excuse me.